Welcome to another edition of Biro Sports Talk. I'm your host, Biro. And as always, check us out on all social media platforms. Let's go ahead. There we go. We got Twitter, we got YouTube, we got Facebook, and we got Twitch. And I just want to say, hey, Corbin, how you doing? I hear myself and I don't like it. There we go. So, as we've done lately, let's go ahead and get Evo Retro. So Evo Retro has a lot of gaming accessories. One of the accessories they do sell are Funko Pop protectors. As you can see, as Ditka is protected. But Evo Retro, give them a look. Link in the description. How's everyone doing? It is June. Basketball's in full swing. Hockey's in full swing. Let's start with the NBA. So, what we've witnessed in the playoffs already. So, the Lakers could not hold strong against the Suns. The Knicks could not hold off Trae Young and the Hawks. 76ers put an end to the Wizards' year. Nuggets did the same with the Blazers. Excuse me. Nets over the Celtics. And Clippers over the Mavericks. And Bucks over the Heat. Clippers and Mavericks went Game 7. A little surprised by all that. Especially when I thought Luka was going to end it. Go Pacers. Funko Pops are nice, dude. I got more than I'd like to admit that I have. So, as I was saying though, surprisingly, Pacers did not make the postseason, even though they were traditionally would have been in. But with the results of last round, let's go ahead and talk about tonight. So tonight are the Nets and Bucks. The Nets are up 2-0. Clippers Jazz. Jazz are up 1-0. In the other series you have, and that'd be the Eastern, well, one Eastern, one Western. The Suns are already up 2-0 on the Nuggets. And the Hawks and 76ers are one game apiece. And that's because, yep. Yep. But let's dive in a little bit to these games. So, Nets, Bucks, you got two of the best players in the world right now, Kevin Durant going against Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Nets are just so skilled all around. I just can't see anyone, preventing them from marching to the finals. As traditional with Durant teams that go to the finals, though, you're looking at, this is so crazy, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Durant, Blake Griffin. You have Jeff Green, who's a solid backup. You got DeAndre Jordan, who's an okay backup. You got Landry Shamet, who used to be a starter. Joe Harris, who's becoming a form. They're a very talented team. It's hard to think anyone will beat the Nets. But the Bucks think they can, even though they're down 0-2 right now. Not to be outdone by the Nets roster, the Bucks got themselves a third player. Drew Holiday with a J. Chris Middleton, PJ Tucker, Giannis, of course, and Brooke Lopez. That's a solid lineup. Bobby Portis is a solid backup, energy guy. Jeff Teague's a good backup point guard. Pat Connaughton is a good shooter off the bench. And of course, you got Thanasis. Oh my goodness. Thanasis Antetokounmpo. You also have Deontay DiVincenzo, who's hurt, so he probably won't play. But they're a talented group. Problem is, they just happen to be running into the Nets, who are more talented. Best way to describe that. In the series, also tonight, Clippers, Jazz. I could see it going back and forth. I can see it being kind of like the Sixers and the Hawks. Both of them probably 6 to 7 games. I think the Nets are going to end it in 5. And then the Suns and the Nuggets, I think that's going to end in 5 as well. All right. Wow, that's funny. Former Bear, now Chiefs guard Kyle Long got injured. He has 0 regrets on the return, and everyone hopes he'll be all right. I do know he got super fit just so he can go back. Now, here's a very interesting topic in college football. So next week, 17th, 18th, we're going to look at expanding the playoffs for the FBS. Now, how would it be done is what a lot of people are asking. Well, a lot of people said 8 was the magic number, but apparently we're going to get more than 8. 12 seems to be what's recommended right now. You would get 6 highest ranked conference champions and 6 remaining highest ranked teams. Okay. So you're looking at Big Ten, SEC, ACC, Pac-12, Big 12, and probably AAC. Unless you count a conference champion as independent as well. It's an interesting theory. I like it. They are trying to make it so there's no favoritism, no automatic bids. Pretty much making it so that there's no automatic bids for the big guys and all the little guys are fighting for one spot. It's going to end up that way anyways. But with 12, there's just no way I can see the little guys left out now. I feel like, well, you know what? Let's look at the final rankings last year. So if we go to, it's not standings. We'll go into the rankings. So if we look at the rankings, and we'll go week 12. So week 12, which is right before the final rankings. Excuse me. Oh man, is it the final rankings? Might be the final rankings. Okay, yeah, I guess it is the final rankings. So here's how it would work. Bama, Clemson, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Notre Dame. Well, we'll leave them out for now. So Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Cincinnati. And there's one more, which looks like it would be Coastal in this scenario. So right there, you got Cincinnati and Coastal in the conversation. But after them, you would have Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Florida, Georgia, Iowa State, and Indiana. I mean, right there, you have the top 12 teams, anyways. And that's by the college football playoffs. I was going to say Louisiana was highly ranked. The next conference champion, BYU's independent, so wouldn't count them. But the Pac-12, it looks like USC. But see, it's doable. It could give you the top 12 teams. How it would work would be Bama, Clemson, Ohio State. And if they go by rankings, Notre Dame would get the bye. If they go by conference champions, Oklahoma would get the bye. And then it would go higher seeds would host the lower seeds. So Coastal being 12 would have to go on the road to, let's say, Notre Dame, because we're going by conference. If we're not going by conference, it would be Texas A&M. Indiana, Oklahoma. Iowa State, Florida. Georgia, Cincy. All great games. All very, very, very highly touted games. They would be great games. Let's see. Try to... Oh, yeah, because everyone kept trying to schedule. Oh, see, since he did play Georgia, barely lost, so. Am I a Bulls fan? Yeah, I mean, growing up, I was definitely a Michael Jordan's fan. I'm more of a fan of the player than I am of any of the teams in NBA. Definitely was a Jordan fan. I liked Reggie Miller, don't get me wrong, and the Pacers, but definitely was a Jordan fan, first and foremost. Ugh. How great will college football be being back to normal this year? I'm just looking at the schedules and I'm just like, oh man, that will be. I actually get to see them play someone outside of. Oh. If you're wondering what my is about, so I'm looking up my alma mater's college football schedule for next year. Well, 2021. We got Syracuse. That should be an interesting game. We could probably win that. Then we got Duska, one of the DFCS. We should beat them. Then we play Louisville. Or, not Louisville, sorry. Louisiana University, who's really good. Away. And Northwestern. Away. Just awful, man. We have a chance to start bad, but do well in the MAC, which is normal. But what's more disappointing is last year we were only 2-1. 2-1. Canceled, canceled, canceled. Sucks, man. Sucks. Anyways. Yes, Corbin, like I said, was a Bulls fan growing up. More because of Michael Jordan than anything else. Not a Bulls fan, really. Oh. What am I? Oh, baseball, of course. We gotta touch baseball, of course. So what's going on in baseball today? So, like we do every week, we go through these standings pretty quickly. We talk about where they're at. We, discuss where we see these teams. All right. So let's start. So the Rays are leading the AL East. They're a game and a half ahead of the Red Sox. The Yankees are 5.5. Blue Jays 6 behind. Orioles are just out 16 behind. Moving right along. To the AL Central, so White Sox are leading 37-24. They're starting to pull away, like really bad. The Indians are 4 games back, which is a lot. The more you allow, the less likely for a comeback. Royals, though, are 7.5, still below 500. Tigers 11.5, and 13 back for the Twins. No, can't say that now. I was about to say the Orioles have the lowest record, but that's not true. There's a National League team that's worse. So, moving right along. NL West, you got the Athletics in first. Played 2 more games than the Astros, but they won both of them, so that's why they're a game ahead. Got your Mariners at 6.5, Angels at 6.5, and Rangers sitting in 13th. Probably not going to do much. I'm just one of those guys who really wants to see the Angels pick up, start doing well. They have talent. They just don't have enough to really do much normally. So anyways, National League, you got the NL East. So you got the Mets. They're up 3.5 games on the Phillies. You got 4 games back. The Braves, 7. Nationals and Marlins are 7.5. Now, will the Marlins make a tremendous run like last year? We'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of games this year. So the Central, NL Central, you got a tie atop the NL Central. You got Brewers and Cubs tied at the top. You got the Cardinals 3 games back, Reds 5 games back, just barely under 500. They're starting to do better. They're 7-3 in the last 10. And Pirates sitting in last, 11.5 back. In the NL West, Giants are in the lead, a game and a half ahead of the Dodgers, 2.5 ahead of the Padres. Rockies are 13.5 back, and then worst record in baseball, Arizona Diamondbacks, 20-43 right now, 19 games back of the Giants. I know it didn't really talk much in depth about some of the sports today. I know we more just kind of covered everything pretty light. But not too far away, we have the Olympics. Not too far away, we have basketball championship. But as always, I am Biro. I will see you all next Thursday, 7 p.m. as well. The day before my anniversary. 5 years anniversary. So I will see you all next Thursday. Like I said, it's the day before. So see you next Thursday, 7 p.m.